First, I'm John Bachman with this Newsmax Now update. The Obama administration continues to build an international coalition, including many Arab and Muslim nations, as the White House ramps up its efforts to defeat ISIS. In this video coming from the White House today, President Obama speaking here with King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia. A little earlier today, the phone call happening as the president puts the finishing touches on that nationally televised address he'll deliver later tonight. The commander-in-chief will outline his new expanded plan to defeat ISIS starting at 9, which is likely to include the expansion of U.S. airstrikes in Iraq into Syria. Also new this afternoon, the expanding international coalition includes France now, the French foreign minister saying that they are ready to participate in airstrikes against extremists in Iraq. Also today, Secretary of State John Kerry meeting with Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi. Kerry is making several stops in the Mideast this week to drum up support for the president's expanded ISIS strategy. The meeting comes as Iraq tries to establish a new, more inclusive government. The Obama administration has recently increased its pressure on Iraq to step up its own efforts against combating ISIS militants.
It is necessary for moderate, reasonable people around the world to repudiate the distortion of Islam that ISIL seeks to spread.
Well, Kerry says all nations can play a role in defeating ISIS by tracking and stopping the flow of foreign fighters to and from Iraq and Syria, as well as the flow of money to ISIS militants. And former Vice President Dick Cheney returns to Washington, and he's blasting President Obama's speech even before he hears it. Cheney says he's hoping for a bold, forceful, and immediate strategy to defeat ISIS, but he also says he's not going to hold his breath.
We can say already, however, that such a plan would mark an abrupt and dramatic departure from his record thus far.
Cheney spoke to Republican leaders on Capitol Hill yesterday. He urged them to stop the establishment of a terrorist state in the Middle East, no matter what the White House decides to do. And a new NBC News Wall Street Journal poll shows Americans are now more hawkish on combating Islamic State radicals. Nearly 2/3 of respondents say it's in the best interests of the nation to increase military action against ISIS. Only 13% believe the U.S. should shy away from confronting the terror organization. In that same poll, nearly half of Americans say they fear a new terror attack. 47% of respondents say the country is less secure than it was on September 11, 2001. And reports of a new respiratory virus continue to spread throughout several states across the U.S. So far, officials say it's stricken more than 1,000 children in 12 states. Many of these kids have ended up in intensive care. The CDC identified the illness as the virus known as enterovirus D68. It's part of the family of viruses, which includes the common cold. However, the symptoms are much more severe for children who suffer from asthma or other diseases. Another update in 30 minutes. Now back to Midpoint.